brief history of the world, according to Nietzsche. Let's say you drop a bunch of people onto a plot of land with limited resources and have them start a civilization from scratch. Here's what happens. Some people are naturally more gifted than others. Some are smarter. Some are bigger and stronger. Some are more charismatic. Some are friendly and get along easily with others. Some work harder and come up with better ideas. The people with natural advantages will accumulate more resources than others. And because they have more resources, they will have a disproportionate amount of power within this new society. They will be able to use that power to garner more resources and more advantages, and so on. You know, the whole rich get richer thing. Run this through enough generations, and pretty soon you have a social hierarchy, with a small number of elites at the top and a large number of people getting completely hosed at the bottom. Since the advent of agriculture, all human societies have exhibited this stratification, and all societies must deal with the tension that emerges between the advantaged elite and the disadvantaged masses. Nietzsche called the elite the masters of society, as they have almost complete control over wealth, production, and political power. He called the working masses the slaves of society, because he saw little difference between a laborer working his whole life for a small sum and slavery itself. Now here's where it gets interesting. Nietzsche argued that the masters of society would come to see their privilege as well-deserved. That is, they would craft value narratives to justify their elite status. Life was a competition, and they had won it. Why shouldn't they be rewarded for it? It was good they were on top. They deserved it. They were the smartest, strongest, and most talented. Therefore, they were the most righteous. Nietzsche called this belief system, in which those who end up ahead do so because they deserve it, master morality. Master morality is the moral belief that people get what they deserve. It's the moral belief that might makes right. That if you earn something through hard work or ingenuity, you deserve it. No one can take that from you, nor should they. You are the best, and because you've demonstrated superiority, you should be rewarded for it. Conversely, Nietzsche argued the slaves of society would generate a moral code of their own. Whereas the masters believed they were righteous and virtuous because of their strength, the slaves of society came to believe that they were righteous and virtuous because of their weakness. Slave morality believes that people who have suffered the most, those who are the most disadvantaged and exploited, deserve the best treatment because of that suffering. Slave morality believes that it's the poorest and most unfortunate who deserve the most sympathy and the most respect. Whereas master morality believes in the virtue of strength and dominance, slave morality believes in the virtue of sacrifice and submission. While master morality believes in the necessity of hierarchy, slave morality believes in the necessity of equality. While master morality is generally represented by right-wing political beliefs, slave morality is usually found in left-wing political beliefs. We all contain both these moralities within us. Imagine you're in a class at school, and you study your ass off and get the highest test score. And because you got the highest test score, you're awarded benefits due to your success. You feel morally justified having those benefits. After all, you worked hard and earned them. You are a good student and a good person for being a good student. This is master morality. Now imagine that you have a classmate. This classmate has 18 siblings, all being raised by a single mother. This classmate works multiple part-time jobs and is never able to study because she is literally putting food on the table for her brothers and sisters. She fails the same exam that you passed with flying colors. Is that fair? No, it's not. You would probably feel that she deserves some sort of special exemption due to her situation. Maybe a chance to retake the test or to take it at a later date when she has time to study for it. She deserves this because she is a good person for her sacrifices and disadvantages. This is slave morality. In Newtonian terms, master morality is the intrinsic desire to create a moral separation between ourselves and the world around us. It is the desire to create moral gaps with us on top. Slave morality is then an intrinsic desire to equalize, to close the moral gap, and alleviate suffering. Both are fundamental components of our feeling brain's operating system. Both generate and perpetuate strong emotions, and both give us hope. Nietzsche argued that the cultures of the ancient world, Greek, Roman, Egyptian, Indian, and so on, were master morality cultures. They were structured to celebrate strength and excellence even at the expense of millions of slaves and subjects. They were warrior civilizations. They celebrated guts, glory, and bloodshed. Nietzsche also argued that the Judeo-Christian ethic of charity, pity, and compassion ushered slave morality to prominence and continued to dominate Western civilization up through his own time. For Nietzsche, these two value hierarchies were in constant tension and opposition. They were, he believed, at the root of all political and social conflict throughout history. And, he warned, that conflict was about to get much worse.